Yo. I'm disappointed. They're attacking you. They're attacking you. You sit in the screen, reverse the screen. Okay, you want this, bruh. Out of Pascal's takes, man. Like, good try, Trent. But like, Pascal, like, dog, you can't even kill Tobias. Why you get in the screen? Look at his transition. Max, see, I get buckets to the max. See, all in transition. All in transition. Now look at the run. Now look at the run. All in transition, like I said. They're doubling Pascal at the top. Okay, good. Kill him then. Okay, what dog? What are mans doing? This is horrendous. This is horrendous offense. Look, transition again, pass back. I cash that. Boom. It's too easy, yo. Max, see, I get buckets to the max. See, look at even he's trotting around, running around like he's just joking. The mans are just chilling. Look at this. Sag off Scotty. That's what they doing. Embiid's just playing. Look at his drop, bruh. He's playing drop coverage. Embiid's just sitting in the paint. He's just chilling. He's actually just gaining his energy, gaining his Gatorade meter. That's all he's doing. Look at this. All in transition. Everything transition. Why? Because they get stops. Now they push in transition, which forces the Raptors to half court, and they have no. Look at this. Look at their offense in the half court. Look at their offense in the half court. This is what we're going to. Thad Young with Embiid on him. Look at him. Half off Scotty. Like I told you. I told y'all, yo. That's why the Raptors have to get stops and kill in transition. Now let the Sixers get stops and kill in transition. Look, my goodness. Bruh. Rebound. Get the rebound. There you go. Push. Get transition. There you go. You get a stop in transition. Good try. But you see how the Raptors get a better opportunity in transition? Look at him. Now they're in too easy. That's goaltending. Bruh. See, Raptors, like, look at this. 2 points in the last 3 minutes. Why? Because they're in half court all the time. And this is just horrendous. They're just sagging off Scotty. He's going to have to be the one to kill. Look at this. Sag off Scotty. He's, rebound, you know, D sound. What are we doing? Look at this. What are we doing in the half court? Is there any bucket? And then they call foul. But, like, this is just horrendous, yo. And you can see where the attention to detail is just fugazi. Look at this. They're doubling Pascal off that. He runs back out. Are you going to kill him one-on-one? Can you just kill him one-on-one? Like, this is what you do. Passing to Boucher and, like, look at this. Look at the offense, yo. Look at offense. Look at offense. That's great defense by the Sixers, yo. Lock up. He said they're not tough. And then transition, Maxey. Boom. And that should have been and one. He's a damn son. That should have been and one easily. Maxey getting buckets to the max. See? And, then Van Vliet with the elite chain, but you can see, obviously, clearly he's needed now because, again, half quarter. Just look at this. Look at this, bruh. Too easy. That's gotta go. My goodness. Maxey, he gets buckets to the max. See? Yo, 18-point game just like that. Why are you asking for a screen? Just kill him. Look, sag off Scotty. What are we doing? Thad Young, sag off. My God, Joe, this is horrendous. Look at this transition. They're gonna kill. Pass back. Too easy. What are we doing? See him? Bruh, pump fake. Okay. They got lucky there. I thought he was gonna pump fake. That's what Danny normally be doing. Transition push. You see? Bruh, what is this? OG on the floor? Dog, and he pushed him? Embiid pushed? They're not gonna call that? Okay. Bruh. Raptors can't get shit, bruh. Transition, you already know. Bucket, pass back, or and another foul. And just everything just transition. Third quarter, transition. They were on a mission. And that's what it obviously came down to. No attention to detail, nothing. That's the wrong 4 fouls. You think you'll call the second one before you call this? Nurse is heated. He's heated. Rightfully so, man, bruh. That's what I'm saying, man. Just attention to detail, just fugazi right here. Half-court offense. Can you get something? Finally. My goodness, man. OG is trying to show me. 17-point game just like that. Remember, it was a 1-point game to start the half. To start the third quarter, it was a 1-point game. Look at this. They're doubling Pascal. They stop asking for a screen and just kill Tobias. Can you kill him? Can you do a move? Look at this, bro. My God, Joe. Pascal, man. What is this? Transition, like I said. Too easy. Pump fake. One more. Keep swinging. Blow by your nose. I step back, bro. Boom. And that's gotta go. He said, I'm on a roll. Tobias said, I'm going to fry it. Cook him. Dog, this is what Mans is doing. 19-point game. Like, this is what I'm saying. All transition. Look at this. Pascal, oh, not going to do nothing. OG right there. Okay, they're going to swing. And look at Boucher. One more to Trent. One more to Trent. One more to Trent. Look at this. One more to Trent. He's being hella selfish for what? For a dribble pick up in the corner, fam? And now Trent not open no more? Like, this is what I'm talking about. What is Mans? What's in their head, yo? What's going on here? And then the back door, out of bounds. Close that shit. The door's not there, man. Like, god damn, yo. This shit, dog. What is Mans? This is Fugazi, yo. And then they finally switch, and now he has that on him. And now Mans got a head of steam. Mans are feeling comfortable. Now there's no nerves, no palms sweating. I'm gonna, my God, cook him. I heard it when I score. Yeah, motherfucker. Yo, too easy, man. My God, he said, I'm not young no more. Beat their fucking ass. Yo, Harden, dog. Bro, 22-point game in one quarter, fam. In one quarter. Look at this double team at the top. And look, Gary Trent sees Boucher, but he's like, you look me off, nigga. You look me off, I'm not passing to you. You look me off, he look at him. He looked at him. He's like, I'm not passing to you. You're wide open. I know. Say less. And look at it. Mans are fighting. Bruh. Mans is fighting. Mans is fighting their own teammates, yo. That's what Mans is doing. In a game 6, yo. That's what Mans is doing. I see it. I see everything. Look at this switch. They didn't want to. And then Gary Trent, are you going to finally lock up another switch? He wants Thad Young. And bruh, Maxey, blow by. Too easy. Look at this. Look at the defense. Now the confidence is just outrageous. The confidence is just, bruh, on a whole new tier, and they're just going downhill. And at the end of the day, when you switch the game plan, look at this. They're double team. Turn around and shoot, fam. Thad Young. Boom. Bruh, it don't even matter no more. It don't matter no more. What are we doing here? It don't matter no more. Like, you haven't beat on you. You're going to cook. At least Scotty attacks. You want a screen to get him off you, obviously. Scotty attacked him one-on-one. Pascal, look at you, turnover. Like, what is this nigga doing? Yo, come on, man, yo, bro. And then good shit, OG. Good hustle. Are you gonna advance the track, advance? He don't advance. Look at this, fumbling with the ball. What are we doing? God damn, bro. This is, bro, Fugazi. Pushing transition day out. Like, and actually, they don't even need to anymore. They up 19, yo. Start out the quarter only up 1. What is this? Bruh. What is this? Is it going to be Fugazi's defense? I already know. Look at this. Okay. Blow by. Easy. Look at this. And now you got to help. And then mass money, bruh. Yo, dog. That's Game Boy on a Nintendo. Get these niggas up out of here, man. Bruh. And it's tough, man. It's tough. Like, obviously, like, if I feel, and I'll always ride by that, because, again, what I expected. Again, I know regular season and playoffs are completely two different, monsters. They're not the same thing. I'm the one who even tells Mans that. Like, I know that I have IQ. That's what I do. So I know that more than anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to be preaching that the playoffs as a whole, what you see in the regular season, that shit don't mean nothing. But again, that doesn't mean schematically that teams will, it still matters how this team personnel, this team's principle is defensively, how they apply themselves in the regular season. For the most part, they still apply that in the playoffs. That's their continuity. That's how they get an identity. That's why the regular season is important, to get familiarity and get just continuity defensively, string, how your sets are going to be, like the way you play, right? And again, obviously, Mans could take you all out of that in the playoffs because they're attentive. They could force you out of this action. That switch everything you can't do anymore because this one guy don't pick on him, etc. We understand that. But for the most part, there was no picking on anybody when the Raptors played in the last 2 games before the regular season ended. It was like within 5-game window, right before the regular season ended with James Harden, and they were struggling, which is why people thought the Raptors could win this series, because the Raptors had the perfect personnel, like I talked about it prior, where they switched everything. They have the perfect length, and they make Harden look like he still has a hamstring injury. They make him look like a shell of himself because they could switch everything. They don't have to double. So then what happens is Harden's going to pass late in the clock to somebody, and they're going to have to force a shot up, or he's going to take a tough contested step back 3 late in the clock, or he's going to drive and he's hella grounded. The Mans are going to block that shit because they don't foul too, because they have length, and they could get away with just being, having verticality on his drives because he's grounded. When you apply that and then you double Embiid randomly, when he gets it, that was the perfect blueprint. Now, when they first started out game one, right, they didn't apply that. They overhelped on Harden way too much. And then what happened? Maxey was pushing in transition. Same thing. Because, again, they Sixers know we don't need to play in the half court. We can push the tempo. And the Raptors, clearly, even though the Raptors have great defense, clearly there's levels to defense. Clearly they have a hole. They have a weakness under defense. They're not like the Celtics who have great half-court defense, great transition. Like, there's levels to defense. There's clearly, a deficiency in their defense in transition. If you have great defense, it shouldn't matter transition, half-court. You're attentive to detail all the time on defense. But the Raptors clearly lack transition defense. Like, they literally look like a Fugazi team in transition defense. Their half-court defense, for the most part, most of the times is elite. Yes, I showed you how they weren't attentive to detail, but for the most part, their half-court defense is elite. But transition is that Fugazi, really? It's like if the Raptors aren't scoring, there's more transition, so you really get exposed on your defense, right? So, like, there's levels to defense. But for the most part, like I said, if they follow that game plan, they didn't apply it for the first two games, and then they applied it for game 3, game 4, and 5, lost game 3. And even though they lost game 3, a lot of these series come down to one or two possessions, come down to one shot that kind of makes or break the series. Like for the Utah series, it came down to that one shot. Bogdanovich missed pump fake. Wide the hell open he missed. The series came down to that because it would have went to 7 games. Anything can happen in 7 games if he hits that shot. The John Morant, Ant series, Wolves and the Grizzlies, it came down to that one shot, 4-shot clock, up 1, and then he passes it randomly to Tyus Jones. He hits that 3, right? For the most part, even the Nets series, as much as it was a sweep, if Tatum doesn't get that game-winning layup and it's one game, maybe the Nets have more confidence and it changes the whole drastic, that changes the series. Like a lot of these series came down to one game, one moment, one possession, right? The Raptors, their one possession for this series was definitely the Embiid 3. If Embiid doesn't hit that 3, and, you could assume that, obviously it doesn't mean the Raptors are going to win the game, but they had a higher chance of winning that, especially at home. And the way it was with Harden fouled out, Embiid already missed one, whatever. Or even then, just the free throw, just the Precious free throw. That's another one shot it came. If Precious hits one free throw, that whole Tobias trying to get a putback doesn't work, and that's game. That's game 3. They win game 4, and that's 2-2. You win game 5, you're up 3-2 now. They force a game 7. Right? It's a whole different ball game. The series changes drastically, right? So it comes down to, a one possession for a lot of these series. So when you look at it from that perspective, man, honestly, like, you do tip your hat off to the Raptors, given that they were down 3-0. The fact that they even brought it to a game 6 and pushed it to a game 6 context, winning game 5 on the road is tough. They pushed it to as far as they could push it. I think they could have pushed it further, but they still pushed it further than what people thought they would push it. People, for the most part, thought it's either a sweep or done in 5. That's what I thought too, but they pushed it further. So, you definitely tip your hat off to the Raptors for that, right? Because that's a positive within the negative, right? You tip your hat off to that. The fact that the Raptors were injured back and forth and having Van Vliet out, not having Scottie. Trent is dealing with illness, and they still pushed the series to 6 games, right? Because you're now heavily become the underdog, especially when you have ailing injuries and you're dealing with, the fouls. You're dealing with a lot of different things, unconventional, obviously, and they still, pushed it to 6 games, which is definitely great, and you tip your hat off to that, right? Especially without having a half-court creator like that or a superstar like that, and you still pushed it to a team with 2 superstars to 6 games. You definitely, from the just narrative-wise, Raptors definitely did great and had a great season, right? Starting from where they were, the fact that this was supposed to be another rebuild year with Scottie and stuff like that, figuring it out, you still go and get the 5th seed, right? You overachieve. So narrative-wise and just, from the outside, everything in hindsight, you look at it, it was definitely a great season for the Raptors. You tip your hat off to that. But there's a lot of different things that you kind of, that you're shaking your head at. Like, they definitely could have pushed it to a game 7. They definitely could have even won this series. Just coming from me, just looking at, the personnel and just Embiid and Harden aren't like that. You're going to see them in the next series get padded in so many situations. Obviously, it's unfortunate Embiid is dealing with an injury, but even if he wasn't, you would see like the difference in just forcing him to one-on-one. Butler's on Harden, Kyle Lowry's on Harden. Who else? They have PJ Tucker's on Harden. Like, it's a whole different ball game, right? Mans who are smart have the intangibles, not going to give you anything. You have to earn every single point, right? So when you look at it from that perspective, that's going to be a whole different ballgame. Harden can't play like, even though he played great this game, game 6, he can't play like that for the rest of the series and think that they're going to do something. They didn't bring Harden on to beat the Raptors. They brought Harden to go past the second round. Remember, whatever the Sixers have done, Butler, Ben Simmons, whatever they've had, Brett Brown, Doc Rivers, they've never passed the second round. So if you get Harden and you're thinking Ben Simmons is the problem, you still exit in the second round. Is that really Ben Simmons is the problem? Is that really Doc Rivers is the problem? Is that really Brett Brown was the problem? Is it really Jimmy Butler was the problem? Like, what are we talking about? Because the one common denominator is clearly Embiid. We're going to have a real conversation then. Because I've been trying to tell people. There's levels to this. There's levels to this. So, for the most part, when you look at it, man, like, again, for the Raptors now, we'll talk about what they need to do in the offseason. They will not get a creator like that. We'll talk more, but OG, it's time. It's time. Nurse has to recognize and change your play call, change your set. Like, we'll talk about some stuff. Really. We'll get into it. But Pascal, even though he played good in moments and played solid in moments, I'm still disappointed. Like, I'm disappointed. I told y'all when it comes to like getting y'all overboosted this, man. I'm still disappointed. It's clear now that like stop rating and overboosting, man. Rate everything accordingly. That's what you have to do. Rate everything accordingly. You have to put him in the proper box, the proper spectrum, the proper scale that he needs to be on, where you finally go, okay, you know what? He's a great number 2. He's a great guy who can just score within the back end and when mans aren't really focused on him, but you need a number 1. You can't ride by him, rock by him, and this all-NBA superstar. Take that away. No. He's not even a Middleton because Middleton's still creating. He's on the tier of a Middleton, but it's more so like just score. It's like think of it like as if Giannis's build was a number 2 option. That's what Pascal is. Imagine Middleton was like a superstar KD and Giannis was like, you know what I mean? Okay, we'll go to you, like we'll run the screen and roll and just use you in options or transition and throw you alleys and you run downhill, spin cycle, whatever the case is. Imagine there was a role-playing version or number 2 version, like number 2 option version of Giannis. That's what Pascal is. He's not equivalent to Giannis, where it's the focal point of your offense. He could just run downhill, even though he's not the focal point, but he's the focal point. You know what I'm saying? Like, he can just go downhill. He's going to get 30 almost every game, like be just from just being a mismatch, stuff like that. But then when you need a bucket, you still go to your Middletons. But it's like he's like, you go to him for the most part of the game. Just attack, relentless. Pascal's not that. He's literally reverse, where he's like Middleton, where you just go to him in moments, but it's not like a bucket getter. It's like the Giannis version of Middleton, where you're a second option, you're on the back end, but we only go to you in moments, but not any clutch moment, just in the game, just in the flow. See how Middleton gets it in the flow of the game and they're not going to him like every single play? That's what you get here and there, but with no bag. That's what Pascal should be. And that's where he should be rated. And some years it might be an all-star. Some years it might not. That's literally what Middleton is. But Middleton is still, he rises level of play. He's still a shot creator, so it's different. But you know what I mean in terms of just the role on the team, in terms of just options, usage, how you move, right? Just that kind of thing. That's what Pascal needs to operate on. And stop this trying to push him to number 1. Stop this trying to this and that. Like, just stop it. Just end it. For real. Just end it. You know what I'm saying? So when you look at it from that perspective, we're not even doing that. We're not doing that, So we'll talk about more. We'll talk about that. I'm disappointed in just how this outcome trend, like especially at home. And if they paid it and then you get blown out, not even a clutch game, like I'm disappointed in that. But for the whole season, you're still happy. They still overachieved, like I said. So it's true talks. Let me know what y'all think. I'm different than most. I'm disappointed, definitely, especially in this game 6. I think they could have even if they lost in game 7, force a game 7. That wasn't even supposed to be a question. If they completed the same game plan that they've been applying, you switch it up all of a sudden, like that. To me, that's what frustrates me, yo. watching it was just frustrating, yo. So again, like I said, it's True Talks, it's True Talks. Share, like, and subscribe. We out here. There's no down here. There's no drought here. You feel me? I appreciate y'all. You already know. Click that notification button so you know when I'm here. Because I'm here. And I know y'all are waiting for that KD video. Don't think I'm dodging smoke. We're going real in depth with that. That's going to take time. It's coming. It's coming. Within this week, it's coming. I'm not escaping. I'm not dodging no smoke. No. Listen. Click that notification button. It's coming. Because we're going to have a real talk. We're going to have a real talk. In terms of this Kevin Durant, slander and just, well, Banks, you got to keep the same energy and whatever. I'm going to keep the same energy, but we're going to have a real talk. We're going to have a real talk. We're going to have to have a real talk. You know what I'm saying? We're going to get into it. You already know. Like I said, it's True Talks because True Talks. You already know, man. And I'm out, man.